Welcome back. Unfortunately for two players had to leave, but that's okay. We'll kick on with the stayers. So we left off with Leaf having presented the group with a couple of treasures before heading off into the kitchen to prepare himself some breakfast. The morning is yours. What would you like to do?
So, are we going to go and see Russell?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Are we outside or are we still inside Leaf's house?
Right, I'd say right now you're still inside Leaf's house, but you're welcome to leave if you want.
Yeah, I have something to speak with you about, but I'll do it when we don't have extra ears around.
Sure. Just before we go, Leaf, I haven't really slept well since I got to this town. Is there's something going on with this town that no one sleeps well here, or is it just me?
Well, your friend told me that you were going back to Sigurd's house. That's where you went?
Yeah. It was somewhere safe after craziness. It was what it was.
Safe? That place is the house of nightmares. Anyone who's ever tried to go near that place cannot sleep properly for weeks,
Well,
if at all.
No, I slept fine last night. Just not so much the night we were there, but I look around for a second. Like I didn't sleep very well last night.
No?
My dreams were plagued with horrors.
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it wasn't because of my house, my furnishings.
No. It's very comfortable. It was. What do you mean people may never recover from this sort of thing? I need a decent night's sleep every now and then.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think... I mean, this place is not a comfortable place to be in at the best of times, and now with a never-ending winter around, it's very unpleasant. And then you throw into the mix visiting the burnt-out house of Sigrid? That stuff is nightmare fuel.
Well, it's feeling a few nightmares so far.
I wish I had something to give you a restful night's sleep, but I do not.
Did you say that the nightmares continue as, like just a phrase, or is that for real?
I have never gone near that place myself, but
Why?
those who have tried, you hear many things, and some things you hear, they say that they've had these nightmares in their heads for an unreasonable amount of time. Yes, weeks potentially. I don't know how much truth is in that, or whether that's just what they say, but that's what they say.
All right, I appreciate it.
So, keyword is
Thankfully,
pineapple, yes?
Yes.
Right.
You might hear it, you might see it, you might just see a giant pineapple appear in the sky. But if it's anything odd that is pineapple, assume that all hell's about to break loose.
Okay. The trip and shuffle should be fairly quiet this time of morning. Maybe a couple of people getting some early meal, but pretty quiet.
Appreciate it.
thank you for everything, Leaf. Let Beatrice know when she wakes that we'll be at the Chip and Shuffle.
I will. She sleeps pretty well this one, yeah? Doesn't wait for anyone.
No, it's strange because usually she only sleeps for about 4 hours, but this time I think today's really taken out of
Catching up with her.
Yeah, once every now and then she sleeps for a lifetime.
Yeah, let's hope it's
Okay.
good restful sleep.
Indeed. I will keep good care of her and make sure she's well fed when she wakes up.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna go now. This is getting awkward.
Just be careful when you leave. Make sure you don't get seen by anyone, yeah?
Of course. Of course.
Okay. Best of luck. I'll be ready when you are.
and head out.
Okay. Opening the door, there is a breeze, a cold wind that hits your face like a punch, and it has got a blistering ice chunks in it that just hit you in the face. There's dim, miserable light out there. You can't see very well in the street. But looking up and down the street, give me a perception check. Your exhaustion is now gone, Tolman.
Happy days.
Yeah. So are we all making a perception check, or
If you're all looking up and out the street, then yeah, you can give me a group perception.
So I Sorry, my machine's just gone a bit slow for a moment.
Yeah.
Having chatted about setting things on fire, I updated some spells overnight, so I might, if we need to roll any of the spells I've updated, I might roll them from D&D Beyond.
Okay.
Just a heads up.
I rolled a 21.
We're looking up
Perception.
and
Your L5C.
And not an elf, but my Goliath I see.
you look up to the left of the street, and you see not too far away, standing there on his own, looking absolutely miserable, one of the town guard, just sort of shivering a bit to himself, trying to pace around in circles to stay warm. And then to your right, about 100 feet away, on the next corner, you see another one.
All right, so we've got guards to the left of us, guards to the right. Here we are.
Stuck in the middle
Yeah.
with each other.
I mean, there is like an alleyway directly across from us, though, isn't there? Or
There is a street directly across from you. It's like you're at the end of a T intersection.
and there's no guards that way.
No guards straight ahead from what you can tell.
All right. All right. We should quickly move across to the streets. I have something to tell you once we are a little bit away.
This sounds juicy. Let's hurry up.
Okay. Head across, like nonchalantly, but like at a quickened pace to like just blend in with locals, sort of thing.
You get yourself across the street. There aren't too many locals walking around. Like, definitely more than there were last night. I'd say half a dozen you see. And your presence among them doesn't go unnoticed. People sort of think, oh, well, out-of-towners. It's funny. Don't see that too often. But you get across the street. You see a couple of kids playing in the snow and trying to make the most of the miserable world in front of them. They've kind of built this like a snowman, but it's a dragon and pretty well made for a couple of kids. And they turn and see you with a couple of snowballs in their hand, and they just pause for a second before, they're sort of gawking at the three of you walking by, this massive Goliath they don't see too often. And the two of you who are sort of blending pretty well, and they just stare at you as you walk by, before turning and going back to creating their dragon.
All right. As we move past them, I give them a wink. Listen, you two. Remember that note about the harper?
Yeah. What about it?
Well, that's me that they're looking for.
You're a harper.
Yes.
You're an imper.
No, I am also. I am both. I'm more than one thing.
But I've known you and Buzz for a long time, and Buzz never mentioned anything about the harpers.
Well, that's because we were just in Bremen, keeping an eye on things, making sure things weren't, going bad like they are here.
Things were horrible in Bremen.
Well, no more than just a great deity having a tantrum.
True.
I mean, can't do much about that. But here, there is something tangible that we can do to fix.
So how did they know you're a harper then? What gave it away?
I may have, just as a sign of respect for Buzz, and I point to the pin that's on my chest, on my cloak. I think this was probably a bad idea. I thought it was a good idea at the time. I didn't expect to encounter much resistance out amongst you. I mean, we're the 10 towns. We're not, Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate or something like that. Nothing really happens up here except for, well, the Frostmaiden.
Okay. And, I mean, what... It's clearly they've noticed it. They've mentioned you in a message.
Well, yes. Well, they're kind of the antithesis, I think is the word.
It's definitely a word.
To what the Harpers stand for. We stand for, making things right and rooting out evil and corruption, to make things fair and equal amongst people.
Look,
And
Imper, I spent a lot of time in the forest. Is this like there's a lot of harpers, there's a few harpers, you can call in an airstrike? What are we talking about here?
Oh, probably if you were more near maybe some of the bigger settlements of the 10 towns, maybe, or like if you're in like Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate or pretty much anywhere that isn't here a lot. This is more just, it was more keeping an eye on things and letting them status updates and things like that.
Right.
I mean, I don't know a lot. I've been in Bremen the last 10 years. Not much has changed really, except for the Frostmaiden.
Correct.
And it just seems, when I met the person who initiated Boz and it just seems like, we'll keep an eye out and help out if things go bad.
Fair. I mean, things are going bad, though, at the moment where we are. Is there anything you can do to pull people into this, or...
DM, is there anything that I can do to pull people into this?
Let me say that for a second. You know where your contacts exist? Do you know where your contact is? I think so.
Yes. Yeah. Impa knows. I don't remember, but Impa knows. So.
You know that your contact you have, I think, is in East Haven. And you feel like if you can get word to them, then you would be able to get reinforcements in.
But that's a couple of days.
Yeah,
it's a journey away, yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Yep.
Awesome. Did you hear me before asking? I think my mic was turning off, but Gregov was like, just for those who don't know what a harper is, what is that?
Oh, yes. Well, we kind of like the super awesome, cool secret spy society of Faerun. We root out corruption. We go around and we make things better than they were before we arrived. And we keep an eye on things and make sure, if things like what's happening here begin to happen in the smaller towns and stuff, that is stopped.
So you are like police?
Unofficially, because police can be bought, but a harper cannot.
Because I think you have to tell me if you're a cop.
Yeah, I saw that in a movie once. I think that's right.
Yeah, no, that's actually not part of the law. They don't have to. Otherwise, undercover stuff would not work.
That makes it.
At least in America, I don't know about too much about Australia, but but no, like we want to make essentially the mission statement, as it were, was make the world a better place.
For you and for me and for the entire, like, well, various races. Is that the...
For everyone, like, and not at the expense of others, like
well,
the
at the expense of
Zhentarim
some
does,
people, like your nemesises.
or like Nemesis I.
Nemesisity.
Well, like people who would fuck over other people to earn a buck, as it were.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you could go like travel around the towns and do what you can. Things like this is where true corruption, true rot seeps into your society. And if you nip it in the bud before it gets that bad, people can flourish. They can surprise you. I mean, look at Leaf. Last night he was all against us doing anything, and then this morning he has hope now.
That's very true. Very true.
I don't know. But yes, so I was the one that he was looking for. I'm obviously the tall one. I'm much taller than both of you. It's hard to hide myself.
And it's kind of like as you prepare to say that, or about to say that, that two of the town guard start to walk against your flow, like towards you down the street.
Let's take another corner here. Skirt around.
Okay.
We'll
You take a turn to the right and manage to find the flow of any other villages and townsfolk nearby, and with Impa kind of hunching over a little bit, manage to stay just well enough hidden.
cloaks up. I'm going full Assassin's Creed, like blending in with the crowd, pretending I'm praying. Like,
With the little cat ears up on the thing.
yeah, just, there goes my headphones. I can't hear anything anyone's saying.
Do you think we're at risk of being identified the burning hat? Music festival hat. Yeah, will we be in danger of being spotted or identified or ratted out at the trip and shuffle?
There's a chance. There's always a chance. Money does a lot of things. But if we get there, we've better than being on the street.
It's pretty early in the day as well, so I mean, one of us could stand guard at the door, and other two can go and talk to Russell quickly, just to let him know, maybe free drinks or something.
I will. I think that sounds like a good plan. To have someone at least on the outside, and perhaps I could, like if it were me, I could fire an arrow at the window to alert you, or I don't know. I don't have any spells. Could throw a rock at the roof.
I mean, we could quickly go in, ask Russell just to shut down or at least shut the door for a little bit. People inside get free drinks, so that way we're not split up, so we're not all over the place. So
we could. What do we do when we get there? Right? We want to have a chat. Is that right?
Yeah.
Why don't we just have a chat downstairs in the fight pit where no one else can get to?
I like this. This is
We're not in the main tavern. Not many people know it's there. And even if somebody comes in looking for us and there's a ruckus, we can stay put till they go. If they come downstairs, we'll put the fight pit to use.
I was pretty good down there.
Like it.
Yeah.
All right. This is a much longer walk. It's usually
look.
2 minutes.
You kind of were walking as you walk, talking as you went down the street, but as you turn that corner, you see the trip and shuffle, just on the next corner, and you make your way there. It's lit up a little bit, but it's not like it's a night of an evening lit up. And let me bring you guys there now. Okay. As you approach and open the door, the tavern is quiet. There's no music playing. It's very close to empty, and peeking around the corner, you see 5 other guests there, just sitting down pretty much by themselves, apart from a couple. They're just trying to find a meal and a quiet kind of bit of breakfast before starting their day. The people in the room, so across from you, Impa, is a dwarf woman that sits having her meal, but as soon as that door opens, she stops everything and looks up and just watches you for a moment. And anyone else that enters.
Right. I just lean over I just talk over my shoulder. So who told me to stay by the door? Do you guys want to do the talking?
This is coming from the street, and speak to Russell as quickly as possible. Get downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, I'll make my way to the bar.
Who's going inside and who's staying outside?
I think we're all going, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stay out, but kind of look out a window, just keeping an eye sort of out towards the door.
Okay.
Out towards the sort of the patio, just out there, the surrounds.
Just in the beer garden.
The doorstep. Tolbin, as you kind of enter and make your way across the bar, this dwarf woman catches your eye as well, and you've seen this woman before. You recognize her from the last time you entered the trip and shuffle and made your way downstairs. She caught your eye then as she does now.
She wants to bone.
Okay, so you're heading over towards Russell?
Yeah.
Shit, what's Russell's accent?
As we're heading over towards Russell, the love muscle, and you think of his accent, I just look over my shoulder and catch eyes with her and make it very clear that I've noticed her noticing us in a way that looks like I might go and speak to her when I'm done what I'm doing.
Okay, she sits back as you do that and sort of uses a leg to kick out one of the chairs nearby, as in like, here's a chair for you, come sit.
I give her the in a minute nod.
Okay.
As I'm heading over to Russell.
She definitely wants to bone. So, tap problem.
The bone broth recipe. That's right. A few carrots in that bad boy, everybody's happy. Nobody's unhappy if you stick a carrot in it.
Clip that.
That's the episode, man.
As you approach the bar, the table nearby has 2 people just sort of quietly minding their own business. At the bar itself, 2 other people kind of spaced apart, people we've not seen before and who look like they want to really keep to themselves as well. Russell sees you arrive and just says, "Oh, it's too early for all this. What can I get you? Do you need food? Do you need is it ale time already?" And he looks around for anyone who's drinking kind of beers, but not yet.
We're actually looking for a private word, if you wouldn't mind. And I'll slide a gold piece over to him on the table, on the counter.
He sees it, looks at it, quickly puts his hand over it before anyone else sees what's going on. He says,
Just a quiet word, Russell.
Just-
Private.
just a quiet word. Just it's not a troubling word, I'm sure. Just a quiet word.
Yes, of
Sure.
course.
Okay. Okay. Come this way. And he leads you into that entryway to the downstairs area. And have I got another one ready?
And we murder him and take all his money. No.
Slit his-
No. Here. And you find yourselves now able to see. Extra room. And now I've got to find old mate. Before I'm doing that, what is it? What can I do you for?
Well, what do you know of your speaker?
I know he's fairly new to the town. I know that a lot of the people around here, well, were quite impressed by him. Very charismatic chap, don't you think? Easy to get on his side. Why? What have you heard?
What would you do if I told you that he was part of the Zhentarim?
He sort of stutters for a second before saying, "We don't speak that here. It's not going to end well if you speak such things here. You say he's part of something bigger, something else."
Something worse for the town.
Worse for the town. Yeah, look. Even if he is, there's like lots of things he's done well around here. He's looking after all the tradesfolk. He's making sure that whatever they've got to sell is being sold.
No. Let's be very clear that the Zhentarim don't do anything good. They only do things that are selfish. Anything that's happening here that you might consider good is selfish. You just haven't seen what the end of it is yet.
Make a persuasion check.
Just roll out my -6 to persuasion.
Ooh, snap.
Baby.
That's
-1.
huge.
Can I give him a little guidance?
I'll take your guidance.
Just a little cheeky slap on the bum.
1d4.
No, I just put my hand on his shoulder.
Okay.
That's a flat 10.
It's a good old
Thanks for
10.
the guidance.
He leans right in and says, "You guys were in here the other day. What's your sudden interest in Maxildanarr?
Well,
Why do you care who he is and what he does here? You're not even from here."
one,
It's a funny story, that.
he tried to kill us.
He
We
tries to.
did nothing to provoke him.
He
He
invited us, and when we arrived at the meeting, he jumped us.
tried to kill us. It's
There's
his fault, the fire yesterday. It's him who is planning worse things for this town. I mean, you've let this snake into the town. Everyone has, with these sweet honeyed words. And already he's taking the fishermen's overheads, as it were, the extra cost of doing business, as it were. That's plain
Extortion.
That's the word. Thank you.
Look, for all the good things you're seeing happen, all the good things that you're excited about, there is a sleazy underbelly. There is there is pain that will come for any good that you see now.
Yeah. I'm not immune to this reach that the speaker has now. I mean, why do you think this fight pit now exists? It's my way to recover the lost income from the tax that he now takes.
Yeah.
And how much of the fight pit's purse does he take?
Let's just say he owns all the strongest fighters here. So his winnings are constantly substantial. But what?
Don't you see?
Doesn't know us.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it plainly. But what can we do? We're just a small town of fishermen.
Well, we were wondering if you knew of any people who were somewhat motivated to do something about it, but just needed a push.
A push.
Well,
You see, whoever was involved in the fight pit the other night, right? You were down there. Every one of those people who competes in such events is under the thumb of Maxildanarr. Everyone who is of strength is under the thumb of Maxildanarr. Those of us who lack that strength, those of us who are just there to do the dirty work, there to get things done, there to keep our town alive and running, those of us, we are the ones that suffer.
Russell, there's a very big difference between somebody who is benefiting from the corruption and somebody who is corrupted. There might be a lot of strong people who will bend the knee to the speaker, but that doesn't mean that if the speaker's gone, they will stand up for him in his place. It just means that they're currently benefiting from his glory and his attachment. What we're asking is if the speaker wasn't around anymore, by whatever means that happened to be, who can we trust to stand up in that place?
And actually protect the town and not exploit it.
Are you coming here to see if I will back you on this? If you want me to be speaker?
We're not looking for someone to back us. We're looking for someone to step up.
You're asking me to look after the town.
We're asking you to look after your people.
If not you, you would know someone who would. We don't want to cause chaos by removing him.
I would be happy to take on the role of speaker if it meant removing him from the role. He came in, he was...
Look, the walls have ears, right? Let's be clear that the process to remove anyone is not something we're really asking you to do. We're just saying that is the moment that seat is free, you sit.
21. I want to get a read on this person to see if we do this, is he then going to turn around and make things worse than they currently are?
He seems really genuine in wanting to make sure that this place is better and that the people here are looked after. I mean, his job is to make people feel better. Sorry, your question, Tolman?
My question was a statement around he wouldn't have to get rid of the speaker. That's not what we're asking him. We're just making sure that he's ready to sit in the seat the moment the seat's available.
Look, it's going to take some time. I need to find some people who can help me in that.
If we had time, we'd be organizing an election, right? We'd put up posters, we'd canvass for the right candidate. We're asking you to move quickly.
Well, look, I'll need to find some people who can stand by my side. What's the hurry? Why so quickly?
Well, we just told you there was an assassination attempt on us yesterday. The speaker in Bremen is dead, and we know for a fact that Icewind and I was trying to get back there and send somebody back to organize, his group to take over that role as well. This is bigger than just, one town. This is all 10 towns are potentially infected with this blight.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't take kindly to people trying to burn me. I've had enough friends and family lost in a fire.
It's gonna take some convincing. I'm gonna need to find some of my regulars. I've got some people in mind who I think can be supportive of this.
I think if you speak to Leaf, he might be amenable to this course of action.
Leaf has got a strong arm on him to support me if should any of these other goons try to take
that's
the
what
thing.
we're here for.
We're the strong arms. You need the townsfolk. Get them on your side.
Right.
We can't take everyone down, but like I said, we'll start at the top. It's amazing how quickly when you kill the leader, the rest fall.
I'm in. If you can find a way to remove the speaker from the town, I will get the support, I'm sure, from the people here, from my customers. I will speak to them today in a very, very subtle way, as best I can.
Look, this is good. You've made the right choice. It won't be easy. There'll be unrest. There will be chaos for a time. But that's what we're asking you to step into. By the time you realize it's happening, it will already be done. Be prepared as soon as possible.
Oh, I will be. I mean, people will start coming in here early afternoon, and I'll be speaking to them then.
And we appreciate this and your discretion.
I appreciate.
Go
ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and if shit hits the fan, just know that the code word is pineapples. Did I use it right, Greycop? Was that the right time to tell them that?
Well, I guess he'll need to know what to do when he hears pineapple.
Oh, yes. What does he do then?
Yes, what do I do?
Well, that wasn't pineapple. If we had to leave town, Leaf would prepare a means to get out, and then that was more if it went bad.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got very confused. I thought pineapple was the go word, because sometimes it's the go word, sometimes it's the escape word.
So
this time it's the. Should we do avocado maybe for attack?
Yes, common avocado for attack. Let's stick with that.
What? What are these things you're saying?
Avocado's it's got a hard outer shell, but inside is gooey goodness. You can put it on toast sometimes, but if you put it on toast too much, you can't afford a house. But if you
it's like an egg.
Waiting for it.
Kind of like an egg, except the yolk is a hard stone thing that you can put on pre 2000s mouses. You can use it to roll the mouse around.
It is a fruit, by the way.
Oh, a fruit. We don't see too many fruits around here, given the current climate. But
it's
okay,
not fruit, but it's in salads. You don't put fruit in salad.
No. But you don't make friends with salad, that's for sure.
Whatever the case might be, if I hear the word abracado,
Abracadabra. That's
Avocado.
I will be on high alert.
And it will be a bit of a crisis, so that person who stands up in the crisis, the townspeople will be like, oh, somebody who can lead us out of this crisis, and then you could be, gain trust and all that. It's good opportunity.
Oh.
You could be their hero, baby. You can take away all their pain.
He seems sort of start to stand up straighter and straighter at these last words. I'm like starting to feel like he really can fulfill this is his destiny.
Also, do you know, is there a way to expedite a letter to... what was the town name that my contact's in? Evensong?
East Haven.
East Haven. All right, East Haven. Is there a way I can get a letter very quickly to East Haven?
Leave it with me. I've got the messenger running by here shortly.
Okay, I'll start writing a quick thing, just asking for assistance, if possible.
Okay.
Very soon, as soon as possible. Explain the situation, and very casually, I would love to meet you post haste in Targos for something that requires our immediate attention, sort of thing. Nothing saying like, "Hey, can you bring every single harper that you know to Targos to help us with this?"
Gotcha. Okay, so you write your letter, you seal it well.
Whatever the code words are for, we're turning this place into a barbecue.
Barbecue.
Yeah.
Pineapple.
No. Pineapples for escaping.
Pineapple barbecue with
Avocado.
cinnamon on top. But you put the cinnamon on after you barbecued it, because then it melts a little and like gets
Yeah.
sugar. Anyway.
Oh, nice.
Let's call it Waterloo. We'll do Waterloo because for avocado is attack. Waterloo is burn it all down.
Historic.
I like how it is opposite.
Oh, all right. Leave that with me, and I will make sure it gets to its destination. Well, as best I can by passing it on to the messenger.
Thank you. Okay. So do we print flyers now, or what do we?
We've got to go and plan an execution.
We're doing the
What?
coup?
We're doing a heist. I mean, execution.
Okay.
Uh,
Also, that dwarvish lady seemed to really
Yeah.
dig you for some reason.
yeah, Russell. What's the go with the lady at the table, the dwarven lady? I saw her last time we were here at the fight night, and this time she gave me the stink eye. I can't tell if she wants to rip my clothes off me in a good way or a bad way.
He has a bit of a chuckle, like, oh, she's not been in Targos too long, to be honest. But
Yeah, right. So
Her name's-
probably won't give her the smiley carrot. Might give her the sad carrot.
well, you give it whatever kind of carrots you want, my man.
Yeah.
But her name's Hilm Trollbane, and yeah, she's been speaking to people occasionally, and no one really knows exactly what she's interested in talking to them about. It seems very, she's very particular about who she speaks to. So
Right.
if you find out what she's up to,
What was her
Let
name
me know.
again? Hell.
Hiln, Hiln,
Soulbane.
Trollbane. No, sorry, Hlin, Hlin,
Hlyn.
Trollbane.
Was Tali anywhere in the tavern? Oh, no,
Tali's
she's
not in the
here.
tavern. She's at the inn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Oh, one more, Russell, is that we just I think we are wanted, perhaps.
Oh.
Or
Yeah, about that.
if there is anything you can do to like ease that up a bit, that would be good.
Ease that up. What do you want, disguises, or do you want me to put a word out?
Just misinformation or disinformation or
Disinformation?
yeah, like bum steers to those who are
Yeah.
perhaps looking for us.
Oh,
Like
of course,
when someone tells you, that they're looking for us, you disinform them that, hey, these aren't the people you're looking for.
Oh, like fake news.
Yeah.
I got
That's-
it.
You could also say something like they've gone back to Bremen, or they went out looking for.
Not to Bremen. We moved on to Lonelywood.
That's
Or
it.
you could they went that way. Like
That's right.
Look, for a
Another
barkeep,
person we
I
might be
know
back
nothing.
to the Fight Club. Come wait for us then.
Right.
Just
I will,
be creative.
Yeah, of course. I'll make sure that they're sent in every which direction. Which way or direction are you all heading, so I don't accidentally send them that way?
Just tell them all the directions, and then you
All
won't
directions.
that way.
Tell them to go to the lake and wait for the beast. Because the beast will talk to them and let them know.
That sounds awfully peculiar, and it might make me get some funny looks, but if that's what you're asking for me, if that's what I've got to do, then that's what I've got to do. Alright, we better get out of here. It's going to look suspicious, us all sitting in this tiny little room for so long.
Alright. I gotta go chat to Huna.
Yes, we should probably mess up our hair a bit when we leave.
Well, like we had like an orgy back here or something. I don't like that because I'm the only female here.
Mm.
I mean, I could have just watched in the corner.
So he leads you all back out of that small room. And it just sort of directs you back across the other side of the room and like, yeah, she's over there.
Subtle. Love it.
Do
Tolben,
you want back up,
really?
Tolben?
Sorry?
Do you want back up or?
Why don't you just grab a seat nearby, keep an eye on the door? I'll just be a minute.
All right.
Tolben's
sit
just gonna
down.
walk over. Pretty much pick up her eyes as soon as he starts walking towards her. And when he gets there, he's just gonna sit down quietly and did I see you here the other night? The Fight Club night?
Yeah, you did.
You
Good eye.
you following me around, or you just like to spend a lot of time at the pub?
Nah, I'm not following you, but I've got my eye on you. I do spend a little bit of time here keeping my eye on things.
Yeah, right.
But I'm just passing through. What about you? I haven't seen you around here too long.
I'm just passing through as well. We've got things to do. I turn around and look at the companions, checking out, just sitting at the door. Like, so why are you checking me out? Why are your eyes on me? Why are my companions telling me that you're following me across the room?
Because you're from out of town, and I've been tracing and looking into a few murders across 10 towns.
Yeah, right. You some sort of detective?
Well, hobbyist, you could say.
Sound like one of those crazy kids who runs a bloody podcast.
I used to do a bit of mercenary work back in my day, but
Oh yeah.
age has crept up on me apparently, and now I just kind of do it from afar, but I keep an eye out for a sharp eye and a strong leg and a strong arm who might be able to do for me what I'm unable to do for myself, and perhaps bring some of this justice, much needed justice, to light.
Yeah, I don't mind the justice angle, but I wouldn't say that I'm the strongest one around. And I kind of look over towards Impa. You know, she's kind of massive and her arms are the size of my trunk. So, you know, if you're after strength, it wouldn't be me specifically, but
it was your
maybe
eye
got
that
in
caught
mind.
mine, yes?
Goes both ways, I guess.
It does indeed. Well,
Have
listen,
in mind.
I'm not sure if you've heard, but in the last few days there have been a few murders in the area. 3 such murders.
Really?
Yes,
What sort of thing?
From my investigation so far, I think I've detected or understand who the perpetrator is. I believe it to be a man by the name of Caltro. Cephek Caltro. He works for a small traveling merchant company called Targos. that's owned and operated by a fairly shady dwarf named Torga Icewind. In other words, Sefik gets around a fair bit in this caravan.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've seen, he's fairly charming and makes friends easily. He's also Torga's bodyguard, so I'm guessing he's fairly adept with the blade. The victims that I've detected come from only 3 towns. The only 3 towns that sacrifice people to the Frostmaiden on those nights of the new moon. This is what passes for civilized behavior in Icewind Dale? Maybe these victims found a way to keep their names out of the drawings.
Interesting.
And perhaps Sefik has found out they were cheating, so he's the one who took that into his own hands and killed them.
Why is he killing people from other towns, though?
Indeed.
What's in it for him?
Well, maybe, just maybe, Sefik is doing the Frostmaiden's work.
Interesting.
You see, I followed Torg for a 10-day. This caravan as it moved from town to town. It was quite a devious little enterprise I discovered, but that's not my concern. What struck me is how comfortable Sefik looked in this weather. This icy weather. No coat, no scarf, no gloves. It was like the cold couldn't touch him. Kiss of the Frostmaiden, indeed.
I've heard of people born under certain signs that don't suffer the cold like everyone else. Why not just that? Why jump to the Frostmaiden's bidding?
Indeed. These motives I would really much enjoy interrogating Sefik to understand better.
Do you propose that we grab him? Is that what you're saying, or you want to, you want to cast some sort of, query the dead type spell?
Well, I'm not sure how that might go down with Sefik, but I'm happy to pay you 100 gold pieces to apprehend him, confirm he's guilty, and deal with him. If he's nearby, I'll be happy to interrogate him. Preferably best done without involving the authorities.
Yeah.
And when
We'll
it's
go
done,
with the 2 behind us. We're not the authorities type.
you see, that's what I figured.
I mean, you want to interrogate him, but what happens if we just need to make it quick? Is that fine?
It's fine by me. If the murder's stopped, then I'll be right.
Interesting. What does he look like? Doesn't look like a bit of a shaggy, bearded druid, does he, by any chance?
No, not from what I've been able to see. Doesn't wear a cloak, doesn't wear anything to keep him warm. But a tall man, fairly grey, whitish grey skin, dark hair, usually kept up in a ponytail. Sleeves which are rolled up above the elbow, which doesn't seem right in this environment. That's about all I can tell you.
And what makes him dangerous? Is he, quick with the blade? Is he, he talk to beasts, cast a spell? Is he gonna punch me really quickly lots of times?
This I cannot say. I've not seen him actually take action. But everywhere he goes, a murder takes place. In those towns which are supposed to, or have intended to sacrifice human life, or a life, to the Frostmaiden. Another one suffers at the hand of what I believe is Sefik.
And is he in town at the moment?
He's not. He left not long ago. I can't keep track of where he's actually gone next. But I've created a list of the path I took when I followed his caravan for that 10-day.
Yeah. And have you got
Which-
that?
Which I'll provide next session.
Excellent. Look, we have some business to attend. We have some things to do. And I'm not going to lie, this is a lovely offer and a piece of interest that I think the team and I would love to unravel. But having said that, it's not our priority.
I understand.
If I find your friend, how do I alert you if we take care of it on the road?
If you take care of find me, I'll be here.
You'll
Or I
be
could be
here.
in other places. Look, I will turn up. You will find me. I'll be traveling, but you will find me.
All right. And what's in it for you? People die all the time. There are plenty of murderers. Why is this one interesting?
It's just the detective work that I've done. It's more of like a hobby of mine. I like to make sure I see it through. It's kind of like self-validation that I was right, as I believe to be.
You know what? I spent a lot of time in the woods, and you listen to the air and you smell the leaves, and one of the other things you get to know is droppings. When I walk past a large one, I know that's a horse one. I walk past some square ones, I know that's a wombat one. And when people tell me that they're interested in the hobby and they want to give me 100 gold to solve the hobby for them, that smells a lot like bullshit to me. Let's be very fair. Why do you really have an interest in what's going on here?
To be honest, there is fuck all happening in Icewind Dale. Just bored.
Now that is a reason. Inside check, obviously.
Make an insight check.
-10 to inside. Actually, something like that. Oh,
It is happening.
I cannot believe it. For those of you counting along at home, this is my 75,000th natural 1 in this campaign, and we are only level 2. And I have
Should have rolled a halfling, mate. Should have been a halfling.
yeah, Colvin might just get the dead. Yeah, that's one of the podcast. Another nat 1. Another nat 1. I think I'm very believing.
I mean, she's been sitting around this place doing nothing the few times you've seen her. She looks like she's just itching for something to try and, from what you can tell, ease her boredom.
Yeah. Hey, look, Theon, you look sturdy. You said you used to do a bit of merc work. You're a bit bored.
Yeah.
What about this? Rather, there's some stuff going to happen. The thing that is our priority for the moment. And old mate Russell at the bar is going to need some moral support in the form of blades for the moment. Nothing's particularly imminently dangerous, but definitely the sort of thing that sounds like it'd be up the alley of an ex-mercenary who's a little bit bored and looking for excitement. Why don't when we head off, why don't you go and chat to Russell and get a little bit more intel from him? Tell him you support the cause, and I promise you won't be bored for very long.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage, please.
You can't roll 2 nat 1s in a row. Come on, you can't do it. I believe in you. You can do it.
Oof.
15. So -1 to a 14.
She looks over at the wall behind her where you see this massive battle axe propped up against the wall. I'm sure if it's needed, I can still swing this. And I'm sure the heads can still crush under its weight. I'll speak to Russell.
Yeah.
It's quiet at the moment.
maybe take the advantage of the quiet time and sharpen it up, make sure the handles clean, all that.
Okay. Alright. Don't get yourself into any trouble, because how will I know if Sefik has been dealt with if you end up dead along the way?
Look, you'll know if I'm dead or not in the next day or two. Tell you that much.
Alright then.
Sefik will. You'll know very quickly if anyone's on the roads looking for Sefik in the next day or two.
Okay. Well, I look
Just,
forward to hearing from you. Yes.
Just one last thing. What does Targos look like?
What does Torga look like? That's a great question. He's a dwarf like me. Fairly short. Bit rough around the edges. He looks like a bit of a thug these days. Yeah, if you see a man like that trading from a caravan, you would tend to be suspicious of him.
Yeah. What sort of things do they actually trade? Knickknacks, paddywhacks.
Yeah, it's a lot of scrimshaw that they pick up along the way. Inconsequential things which they pass off as having value. Meaningless value.
You can sell a lot of things with a good story.
Indeed. You will hear Torga a mile away spinning those stories.
Alright. I think one of the other things I need to know is have you got any details about victim names? It's going to be a bit rough if I rock up and put old mate Sefik over the barrel and ask him for all the details, and he says, well, who do you think I murdered? And I go, the murders. Who are the victims, I guess?
I do. I'll write them down for you and give them to you before you depart.
Look, if there's anything else you can put down on that bit of paper for me, the other two are getting a bit restless. We need to make haste.
Indeed.
It'd be good.
All right, let me get you the list of where I've seen him and when, and the suspected victims. The victims, indeed. He is the suspect. And she reaches in, pulls out a bit of paper, starts scrawling on it like mad, and hands it over to you so you can peruse that before next session.
Cool.
Okay.
Sweet.
With that, Tobin stands up and look, this thing's gonna get crazy. But anyway, you see the carrots, you know we've been. So yeah,
Carrots. Wow,
it'll make you feel good.
no one's ever given me a carrot before, but
Wow.
well, there's a first for everything. I'll keep it with me. Is it good for eating or just display?
Yeah, probably eat it today.
Alright.
I mean, you can eat it tomorrow, but might as well stick it up your ass. It'll have the same nutritional value.
Hold on a sec. All right. Well, she looks at you like super quizzically at that, like, what the hell? And has a close look at the carrot to make sure it hasn't been anywhere suspect already.
This one's a fresh one.
Good to know. Well, I'll let you get out of here, and I will go speak to Russell.
Good choice.
All right. As you all step out of this place into the brightest of days in dim light, you immediately see, just as you open a door, 4 town's guards sort of make their way down the street from west to east, heading towards the lake. And we will finish our session there for the evening, as you guys leave the trip and shuffle and find out how to take down a speaker.
Happy days.
Hell yeah. We're going to do it January 6th, guys. We're going to do it January 6th.
Hold on. No. We're going to be successful. We're not going to be put in jail for wearing a shaman hat, all right? There's a very big difference as to what we're doing.
I'm just going to put my shaman hat away. Yes!
All right, shall we do a giveaway? Let's
Do it.
just for reminding people who are watching, showing the dice on screen now of what they look like. Some very sparkly, pretty, purpley, greeny dice. Last chance to enter.
Can I still enter?
No!
You can still not enter.
All right, I'm closing entries in 3, 2, 1. Entries are closed. Let's pick a winner. The winner of this fantastic set of dice fur, courtesy of Behold Games, is GM Adam. How awesome is that?
Woo!
Legend Adam, we'll get that off to you quickly. And do take a photo of us and send it to us so we can share it and how cool they look on the table. All right, that's it from us here this week. Don't forget, next week we have our Halloween one-shot with DM Doom himself, my co-host on Dungeon Mastery. Don't forget to check out that one. We had episode 2 last week. We spoke about preparing for an entire campaign, which was a good chat. All right, that's it. That's it from us. See you soon next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.